what I want to say here is just, if you have your children, please just uh, cherish every moment with them. Like, really cherish every moment. Um, because I took my children for granted, and I know I did. But this is me saying enough is enough. And I think that in the long run, we'll all heal from this, and one day maybe we'll be able to sit down and talk about it, and it's not so hurtful to everybody. Um, that's my hope and my dreams anyway. Um, I also hope that the people that have my children, including the two oldest, which I can't really talk about, but my children, period, I hope that they find it in their heart to um, do what God did for me. Give me a second chance. I never hurt my children. I never would hurt my children. I, however, always let them get away with stuff that I was always told I shouldn't have, but, well, what do you do? It's, that's your babies. And I've always swore I would not let my children go through what I went through. And and that was before they was even born, and now they kind of are going through the exact same thing, because they don't even know their real mom right now because what everybody's telling them, and they know of me. They know from before of me, when I pretty much just, well, I don't even know where to begin with it, honestly. I was a mom that had no idea how to be a mom, always babysat people's children and sent them home. Um, but as far as hurting children, that's not even my vocabulary. I love children. I love children with all my heart and soul. There's nothing in me that wouldn't do something for a child if she needed or he needed help with anything, don't matter what it is. If it was the last penny I had, I would give it to make sure that they had what they wanted or needed, because that's just me. That's how my mom raised me. When I did finally meet her, she was the same exact way. And my worst fear, honestly, and I'm just going to say it, my worst fear is my kids end up having to know me for a year and a half, and then I pass away like my mom did on me. That was the hardest thing that a child can go through. I'm telling you what, I will never, ever, ever wish that on absolutely nobody. And yeah, that's Coors. It's a toaster, or whatever the heck you want to call it, um, that my husband had gotten on his 21st birthday when we went out to his favorite bar, which he was 21, so that was just normal. Um, Not something we normally do, but, you know, sometimes when we celebrate, which is hard to do, celebrations are very hard, like Christmas and stuff like that. It's one of the hardest things you can do is spend Christmas without your kids. Spend birthdays and holidays and everything without them. You know, it shouldn't be like that. It should never have to be like that. We should never have to, as parents, not be able to give our kids their Christmas gifts that we bought them, or their Easter baskets that are still sitting here waiting for them, or their birthday gifts that are still upstairs in their rooms waiting for them. And I just want to let everybody know, like, my house is huge and it is gorgeous. Everybody that walks into the house, even the police officers that have been in my house, due to this case that I had called them a couple of different times, just kind of get some background on what's going on and everything. They're my supporters. Let's just say that. Um, walked in my house and they said, what kind of proof do I have? And I showed it to them, and they said, well, it still has to be done through courts, and that's neither here nor there. That's fine. And I told them the same thing. That's fine. But the fact of the matter is, they said if I need any kind of support, that I have their support, full support here in Mercer County. Mercer County Children and Youth, the same thing. We're just, Fayette County is so far behind all this that they've done so much wrong in all the cases, and I will say all of them because it includes all three of the kids, to where it's unbelievable. And I don't believe in lawsuits personally. I don't, but it's not me coming. It's not me coming with the backbone or anything like that. I'm just me. I'm me. I'm gagged. I don't even have my original Facebook anymore. I turned it over to the supporters, and they do what they do on there, whatever. I don't care. I know there's Justice for the Bilers, there's a petition, there's a few other things that are going on, and I know that Debbie, you, and whoever all out there are saying all kinds of nasty stuff about me, calling me a monster. You know what? I am not a monster. I have never been a monster. I will never be a monster because I know what it feels to be victimized. So stop victimizing me. A monster is what happened to me. That's a monster. And I will never let anybody get away with that. Let's just leave it right there. Because you guys said bring war. It's World War III for these kids. Well, I hope you're ready. I really do, because there's people going to be dragged through the mud, through everything there is, because I happen to know just a little bit too much. More than I should probably on you know who and you know who and you know who. I'm not mentioning no flipping names. But I am getting fed up with everybody wanting my kids. I gave birth to them. I will have my kids. Believe that when I tell you. I have been off all drugs, first off, for almost 10 years now, that I can say I've slipped up one time. And that was almost 5 years ago. Other than that, pain meds that were prescribed to me. Yes, you got to keep my kids for 7 years. I get that. And I know you're going to rub it in my face every chance you get. But guess what? Not anymore. Because I'm awake, I'm aware, and I know what you did. And you know what you did, and God knows what you did. So God help me and strike me dead now if I will not have my revenge and get my children home. Actually, that's the wrong words. Revenge isn't what I want. I just want everybody to back off of my children. That's all I want. All the lawsuits, all the pressing charges, everything that we plan to do can all go away. All of it. All I want is my kids. And I happen to know a little bit too much about the person that has my kids and her mom and her whole little circle there. Somebody leaked stuff to me that probably shouldn't have. And let me just say it like this. The stuff that I'm being told is that my son poisoned this woman twice. I've also been told that, and he poisoned her with the same exact thing both times. Now that to me is a cry for help. I've been told that my children are on medication that they never had to have when they were home, so I don't understand why they're on medications now, but we'll get to that. That's fine. I also will say this much, and that this is no threat, this is a promise. 7 years is a long time. You're right. A very long time. But what you don't understand is in them 7 years, God kept me strong. God kept me who I am. God gave me that second chance that you guys just continue not to want to. Or just continue to point the finger at me instead. You know, because you've been pointing the finger at me so much that now that I start pointing the finger back, it's like, ouch, don't do that. Well, this is nothing yet. And this is not, I'm not going to hurt you guys. No way, no how. My fists or anything will not touch anybody's face. Nowhere, no how. I will hurt with what hurts the most. And I know what the woman that has my kids and her family are all about. All of it. Including stuff that I just found out that I cannot even talk about because I promised I wouldn't in order to find it out. About a judge. And an ex-DEA. And I know you guys know who I'm talking about. So let's just leave it at that and go to the foster parents. Okay, these foster parents, like I have said in the other videos, unfreaking believable what they can get away with. If it was me and my husband, we would have no chance getting the baby home. Because they threatened my life on Facebook. They threatened... literally, for after this is over, we will take a trip to the emergency room. So, well, this is almost over. And yes, you got somebody to write my rights away, but guess what? It is appealed and filed in court as we speak. So you didn't win. You're not gonna win. And I promise you, you will pay for what you said. And not by my hands, not by nothing, except for me getting my son. You wanted to sit there and make me feel bad for coming after my son, talking about your miscarriage this and your miscarriage that. Well, guess what? I had a miscarriage too. And I fought for that baby's life 3 times while he was in my stomach. His life. And you want to sit there and say, my son this, my son that? No, that is my son. And his name is by far not Alex. Stop calling him by another name except for what he was given at birth. I am fed up with all of you. I'm telling you what, I've had 3 panic attacks. One that was so severe, I had to be life-flighted because I stopped breathing over all this bullcrap you guys are doing. And so guess what I had to do? The hardest thing any mother has to do is say goodbye to her children just in case something happens. I wrote a letter to all 3 of my children, to tell them how much I love them, how much I fought for them, and will fight for them till the day I die. I will never stop. Never. Because I never did this, and I never will do anything else. Except for love my children. Like I have from day one. I had a hard way of showing it sometimes. Yes, I give you that. I'm not a perfect mom, just like nobody else is. I learn as I go. But I never, ever, ever in my life hurt my children mentally, physically, or sexually. Mentally, somewhat, I guess you could say, because I did kind of, let other people have them here and there, and go by what other people told me. Like Carmen and Ron, they wanted them for a while. Carmen had given me her rights, and so did Ron in 2008. And this is what we are still fighting over, is who has rights over these kids. Well, Carmen couldn't write her rights over to you-know-who if she already wrote her rights over to me. And then in 2009, when I was in my accident, out of the blues, here comes Debbie. Yeah. I knew of Debbie. We talked about her quite a bit, actually, but not good. Carmen told me not to trust her. Carmen told me that she had rooms set up, ready for my kids. But when Carmen died after my accident, I had nobody. So, who do I turn to? Who do I ask for help? Who came to me first? Y'all know who. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. I don't have to name no names. And what she did, it is called medical kidnap. It is not called kidnap. I don't agree with anybody that says that she kidnapped my kids. No. She medically kidnapped my kids because I was under very heavy narcotics when she took them, and they were prescribed to me, and I can prove the day that she came with that paper, I had home health care and physical therapy in my house, which write down the prescriptions that I take in front of them, how much, when, what time, and everything. So, you want to say you didn't kidnap him? Okay, fine. You medically kidnapped him. And I didn't even know medical kidnap was anything until my spokesperson got a hold of them and told them my story. I didn't even make the medical kidnap story. I sat in my living room after I lost my leg and told a friend of mine. And he said, "What proof do you have?" And I went and got my bag, and he said, "Oh my gosh, we're going to be here for a year." Because I have that much documentation. I have documented everything. Every contact, every tried to be contact, even the false PFA that you know what you said in there was slander, top of slander, and top of lies. And it was dismissed because you lied. There you lied, and then you lied and said that I took the kids to a strip club, watched men rape them, and then tried to kill them. What a monster do you really think I am? That's worse than the monster that did stuff to me. Wow. Unbelievable. And did you ever know that the First Amendment is the freedom of speech? So you guys are violating my First Amendment of freedom of speech if you guys keep that gag order. Just letting you know. Might want to let that go, or, well, you guys will really, really soon, after the mediation's over, you will get your letter of intent, and it will tell you what's going to happen next. And I hope you like your dom care. I hope you like all the money that you got coming in from the government, because I'm going to put a stop to it all. It's all going to be taken care of. And, hey, I'm just me. I'm not even the one that has to do it, matter of fact. All I had to do was make one phone call. I happen to know some really, let's just say, some people that you don't want to mess with. People. Not people that are going to hurt you guys, or you guys going to run and get a PFA again or whatever. No, nothing like that. I'm talking about people in law enforcement that are helping me with this. So, let me just close out with saying good luck. I hope you guys have the best of the weeks that you can have with my kids, because it's not going to be long before they're back in their mama's arms. Be it visitation, be it whatever to start out with. I will have my children. You promised me you would never take my children away. I'm a grandma. I would never do that to you. Remember those words? Now they come back to bite me in the butt. And you know, your face and your eyes used to manipulate me. Used to scare the crap out of me, matter of fact. Because I know that you have my kids and it goes by what you say. But what you don't know is everything that the kids was interviewed saying, I have transcripts of. And at the end of their transcript, it says, their stories were coerced. So try to put them on a stand. Try to do whatever you want, because I know the questions to ask a child that has really been molested or raped. And stuff that they will not forget. Stuff you have no idea. So gag me. Throw the key away for all I care. I know what I'm doing is right. God gave me this mouth for a reason. Freedom of speech. God's First Amendment. You want to try and take that away? And then you want to try and say you're godly? And you want to take the fact of memories that I have, pictures? The only thing I have because of what you've done? Pictures. Well, if you want me to show you, there's pictures of the kids. There's pictures of the kids all over my wall. You will never take those pictures away from me, because that is the only memories I have of them right now. You make me sick. Like, seriously sick. You have no idea what it's like to love somebody from so far away. You really don't. You have no idea what it's like to wake up every morning and just wish I was here. You have no clue what it's like to be a mom to someone and be called a monster to them. When all you do is love them unconditionally with everything inside of you. And I swore I was not going to cry, but I can't help it. You get to tuck them in. You get to sing to them. You get to be the person I'm supposed to be to them. Their mom. You swore you would never, ever take that away from me. And yet you did anyway. I want to forgive you, I really do, because I'm a Christian. But you have no idea how hard that's gonna be. We have to heal. You've traumatized us all. Every one of us. And I don't even care if I go to jail for gag order. I just need my kids home. That's all I ask. Why is that so hard to do?
when I've done nothing but love them, ever. Tatiana, I got pushed down the steps to go into labor with her. I saved her life. Johnny, he was a miracle baby as well. But baby Archie, that was my miracle baby. I wasn't even supposed to be able to get pregnant. Now you see the true cry of a mom. That I have to sit here every day wishing and praying to hold them, to hug them, to show them how much I love them. Well, you get to sit there and be the evil person you are and keep them from who they love and who they want to be with, or have wanted to be with from the beginning anyway. I don't know about now, because you've got them believing some horrible stuff, and it's ridiculous that somebody would even sit there and say something like that. Seriously. It takes a very evil person to put something like that in someone's mind against someone that actually did go through that. And you have my diary. That's the only reason that you can even say the stuff you're saying, because most of the stuff you're saying, part of it's in my diary for what happened to me. And this is going nationwide, and believe me, people are going to know what you are. You're evil. So evil. And then you guys was saying about the kids' pictures being on the internet. That's no different than the news having a child's picture on freaking news. Amber Alert, anything like that. It's no different whatsoever. I checked. I would never do anything to harm my children, and that is not something that I did to harm them. That is something where I had no other way out. I told you I was going to the media. I told you I was going to bring this out. You didn't believe me because I kept saying it over and over and over and over. Well, now I did. And this is not anything to... This is not anything to sit here and say, you know, I'm better than you or anything like that. The only thing I want is just have my kids home. That's all. Nobody knows what it's like unless they go through it. I have to grieve children that are alive. How many foster families out there have lost their children in foster care because they trusted the people that had them? Had to trust them because of the system, a broken system. Now my children are with you, and I'm being told that they're not safe. They're not happy. I've also been told they were happy by your people that called me and told me that. But that's neither here nor there. I've been told by people, and you know exactly who I'm talking about, that they're not safe. They're being drugged. My son tried to kill you. Twice in 1 week. The first time I can see, okay, it might have been an accident. The second time, that was no accident. My son is smart. I don't know how he figured it out, but he did. Tatiana, she's just a social butterfly. She always has been. She's always been the type of person that if mommy told her to say something or do something or anything like that, and she wanted a dolly or she wanted something, if you do that, mommy will get you that. She would do it.
And this isn't the first time that you guys did this. You know it's not. You did the same exact thing when you had, you know who go up on the stand, and you know who go up on the stand in live for you to put 2 other people in jail. The one person, yeah, of course, he did it. But the mom did not. And that is the grandparents to my children. And now you're going after their mother? Get over yourselves. Get a life. And leave our children alone. And I'm going to close with that, actually, because I'm just getting really fed up and really angry by doing this. God bless you all, the supporters out there and everybody that's out there. I'm sorry for getting upset, but I can't handle this much longer. This is what I do almost every day. Sometimes I just make videos so that I can go back and look at them. Sometimes I make videos just so the kids have videos when I'm not here. But neither here nor there. I'm here and I will never stop fighting. Never, ever, 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 ever in my life will I stop fighting until the day I die. And you guys need to know that. And I know my supporters and everybody out there. Keep strong out there, guys. This can happen. It happened to me. It can happen to anybody. Please just pray for us. And pray for them. As I pray for them every single day, for them to do the right thing. And with that, I say good night, good luck. I love you all, and have a blessed weekend. I know mine won't be. I have to go help somebody, my husband and someone else build onto their house today, and that'll keep me busy for a while, but then I have baby blankets and stuff that I'll be working on again, and I have my own little craft show thing going on now too on Facebook and stuff, so yeah, I'll be alright. God keeps me strong. God keeps me going. And my kids keep me going. Giving me a reason to fight, you know. And that's all I need. That's all I need. Just to fight. But I will now jump off of here.